Oh, wow. Wow, they let me have it. I was planning on bringing back my stuff later, but now this is a mistake. Now I can put a land and any creature I want onto the battlefield. We've got... This is, yeah, they just scoop it up. Ladies and gentlemen, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode of Mana Man, and today we've got a juicer for you. Before we dig into the deck, make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this, and it helps out the channel tremendously. I greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and dive right in. We got the Forest Fever, baby. That is right. I wanted to make a mono green deck, so we got the Defiler of Vigor. I have never really played with this card before, but it looks like a freaking cool card. Let's go ahead and get it. We got the Trample, and as additional cost to cast a green permanent spell, you can cost 2. And they cost 1 green, not a colorless, but a green less. And then whenever you cast a green permanent spell, you're gonna put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So this is pretty much just building up the widest board possible, and I love it. So Sunfall obviously kills us. So what are we gonna do? I do have the Mirrex, because the Mirrex, if you do get enough damage in before you do get Sunfalled, the Mirrex does kind of help out. And Farewell and Depopulate is not legal in Alchemy. So overall, the sweepers are a lot less prevalent in Alchemy, and plus if we do get enough damage in, we just get the Mirrex to kind of clean up some stuff here. But even with the Mirrex, we do have Silverback Elder, which is kind of nice because look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can maybe put a land card from among them tapped, and it is a nice little touch. I'm only learning one of the Silverback Elders because basically the heart and soul of our deck here is going to be the Ojer, Kaslem, and the Defiler of Vigor, but we kind of already did that. Let's go into our god here. Trample. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. You may put a creature and basically and a land card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in any order. So that way, and then we can, if you have 10 or more permanents, you can just kind of use this to bring it back. And that's kind of why I like the Mirrex as well. Mirrex, you don't really think of Mirrex and mono green kind of go together, but Mirrex lets you create more permanents later in the game when you have no hand, you have no anything, you got no life. But we do have Ojer, and we can use the Mirrex tokens to create 10 permanents. We get this thing back. It's wonderful. So that is the late game. I mean, I guess we do. Let's go ahead and address Rothga. This is a legendary creature. Whenever it enters the battlefield, pretty much you're going to have something just double. It's where its power. So basically, you're just doubling its power and toughness. Absolutely love this thing. We got the Hulking Raptor. The Hulking Raptor, in my opinion, I don't know. It might be a cut candidate. I'm kind of testing it out, which is the reason why I only have one. Now, it does go nice with the Vorinclex into the Grand Evolution, but I mean, you don't really need it. I do kind of like it with like the Mirrex and stuff and the Polukranos. So there are some mana sinks here, but I think Hulking Raptor might be a cut candidate. We'll see. Doomskar Warrior, I like the Doomskar Warrior so much. It kind of acts as a mini Ojer Kaslem here, just because backup 1, you get that trample, you allow yourself to trample over something, and you get that kind of like reveal a creature card. You put it into your hand, not the battlefield, but that, I mean, not, you know, Doomskar Warrior, this is a human, this is a god. What can you ask for? We got the Delighted Halfling, and kind of just like some ramp spells here. The A-Llanowar Loamspeaker is now makes 4/4 elemental creatures with haste. It used to be 3, but with the Alchemy buff, we get a rebalance here. So that's kind of cool. We'll pay some homage to it, and we'll run it. What I like about this deck, so this deck is obviously just a big creature deck, right? So if you play Alchemy, you know that Joda, 5-color Joda is like a legendary. They do not run any sort of non-creatures. It's just creatures only. So the main thing that you have on this deck versus that deck is you have 8 fight spells. You've got Bushwhack, which you can also use to kind of fetch forests if you need it. And you also have Tail Swipe. So that is the biggest thing that you have. Both of these kind of decks just kind of want big boards for the Defiler of Vigor. You want big, beefy boards, big, beefy creatures, but you get 8 forms of removal with this, where you would not have that with like the creature only kind of like deck here. So that's the reason why I like that. And then obviously we do have Gwenna. Gwenna's not the powerhouse that I mean, I don't know. Gwenna is not, it's a lot better in other decks here. I'm just going to say that because if you drop Delighted Halfling, or if you have 2 mana dorks out here, it's kind of the same thing. I curve out at 5. So if you have a mana dork and then Gwenna's your second mana dork, it's the same thing as casting one of these regular mana dorks that only gives you 1 mana and not 2. So Gwenna is not that amazing. But we got the Legolas. This card, again, I'm going to test it out here with our 8 fight spells. It does really nice because whenever you target itself, +1/+1 counter, whenever it targets a creature you don't control, which is what we're going to be doing with fight spells, you get to deal your damage equal to that creature. I really wish it was Planeswalker or creature, but it is what it is. Legolas, absolutely love this. I think I've blabbed on enough Polukranos. We know what this does. Well, let's go ahead and just get some big boards, big green, and that's what we're going to do. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Let's go. Consider joining the channel. That would help me out as a content creator, and you'd be supporting me. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Scally-Whoop, or Schooly-Whoop. How you doing here? What a name. All right, let's go ahead and, got the Hopeless Nightmare. I do love Legolas, but I think we're just going to have to get rid of you. Sorry, buddy. I really wish I could keep you around. We can make a really good little 1-2 punch here, especially with, we have 8 fight spells. We've got Bushwhack, and we got Tail Swipe, but... Excuse me. Unfortunately, the Hopeless Nightmare is going to kind of force our hand, quite literally, and we're going to have to discard you, buddy. Shelly's Edict, that's fine. We'll still got Bramble Familiar. Make that double Bramble Familiar. We're getting real familiar. Get the Bramble. And as long as we can get into our little Phyrexian Worm here, Defiler of Vigor, we should be okay. We should be good to go. Hopefully they use all of their removal spells so that we get into our big fat things, and then they don't. So this is not the end of the world. We still have another one. Another land. It is kind of close, so I want to keep... I mean, I think I am going to just search my library for a basic land. It is close, but I really want to be able to go in for our Defiler of Vigor if they don't get rid of the Familiar. And even if they don't, I think ensuring that we get that forest is going to be clutch. Just to make sure that we have 5 real lands. In case they have their 3rd Edict or something like that. Gix is not that big of a deal. Okay, ooh, there we go. I am a big fan of Ojer Kaslem, Deepest Growth. I have not really been able to get too much play out of it yet, but I think this might be our chance to really make use of it. So, fingers crossed they don't have any more removal. And even if they do, we still have one more big creature for them to worry about. Now, this kind of sucks. Gix is going to get Menace, so Flesh Gorger. Okay, so they're tapped out, and they're going to have 1 card in their hand after they swing in with this Menace Gix. And that kind of sucks, but like I said, the Menace does not last forever, only when the Butcher first comes in. Doomskar Warrior, okay. That's interesting. I think we're still gonna have to go in for the Phyrexian Worm. The Doomskar Warrior is tempting because we could put that on the Ojer, but they're gonna have to double block anyway. No, let's do this. Let's actually do this because if they double block, that's 6 damage, and they have 6 toughness altogether. So I think it probably is fruitful to go for it, but maybe they don't block at all. I'm gonna swing in here. We can always bring back the Ojer. Oh wow. Wow, they let me have it. I was planning on bringing back my stuff later, but now this is a mistake. Now I can put a land and any creature I want onto the battlefield. It is close to go for Vorinclex, but I think we're going to go in for the Defiler of Vigor. I can't believe they just did that. Let's go in for you, and let's pay it. This is excellent, and now I can go for Doomskar Warrior by paying 2 with double Defiler of Vigor. This is crazy. Why did you let me swing in? That was so greedy on their part, and now Defiler of Vigor buffs up our whole entire board. Doomskar Warrior putting +1/+1 counters on them, and I don't think they have the firepower to deal with all of this. Maybe they, I mean, what can they really have? We've got this is, yeah, they just scoop it up. A Scally scoop. Vinix, how you doing here? All right, that's all I got for your name here, though. All right, let's see what we got here. Gonna go with, is it? All right, is it? I guess we'll see. Let's go for our Delighted Halfling. I really think that green needs a, I think it's just like a core aspect of green. You really need that 1-drop mana dork. I think that's what it needs in standard right now. I still think, I mean, I'm a weirdo, so I'll play anything in standard, but I do think that it is playable in standard, even so. But, let's see what we got here. We got the Bramble Familiar. Hopefully we can ramp up into our 5-drop creatures here. We got 2 of them, so... Oh, Haughty Djinn. Okay, you know... Oh, man. It's close, because we could swing in here. We could swing in here and then go for Tail Swipe. Well, actually, we can't go for Tail Swipe, because Tail Swipe has to be in our main phase here, so... yeah, let's just not do that. Let's just go in for that. Plus, we are playing blue, so let's go ahead and get our Ojer down. And I think we just kind of outrace them. Haughty Djinn's at 0 power, so I think we're okay here. Let's say like an unsummon. I think that's kind of like the worst thing ever. Fading Hope is not legal in Alchemy, so that's always nice. So they're going to have to find... They actually can use unsummon, but they cannot use Fading Hope, so it's a little more likely that they don't. So Urabrask. Okay, well now we do have Tail Swipe. Now we're looking real good. Let's go in for... I guess we might as well get the Mirrex down. It doesn't really matter right now. I guess we'll go in for the Defiler of Vigor. This Phyrexian Worm is my best friend. It is. It's my best friend. This card is absolutely sickening. Doesn't really matter here. I think we're just going to go for the Tail Swipe on the Urabrask. I guess we... Yeah, the Haughty Djinn's not really doing too much. Let's just go ahead and stomp him out here. And yeah, let's just swing in here. No, let's at least swing him in with Ojer. Not a full swing here. And they're gonna, we have trample. Oh my god, this is gonna be bad. We're gonna get 7 cards. This Ojer is doing work on people. Wow, look at that. We get a Silverback Elder and a land. So you get a land, and we can go for a Silverback Elder or a Doomskar Warrior. I think we're just gonna go for the Elder, and we get a 5/7. Now let's go for the Defiler of Vigor. Silverback Elder goes off as well. And do we want to gain 4 life, or do we want to just ramp up? I think we kind of just want to ramp up. Snag another Mirrex. This is looking good. Now the Mirrex can start generating tokens if need be. We do have another Ojer in our hand, which probably isn't the best thing, but I think we're looking good here. Look, this board is pretty mighty, and they just blow it up. Let's go! Gun it. 2-2. 2-2. How you doing here? All right. Looking like an okay hand. I'm going to keep it. Again, I think I probably already addressed this, but for Gwenna, oh, that's a mulligan. That's a mulligan. Let's go ahead and give our opponent the friendly mulligan. Hello, everybody needs a friend and deserves a friend when you take a mulligan, because mulligans suck. But again, go back to Gwenna. Gwenna kind of, most of the time, just kind of acts as like a Bramble Familiar, because like, I think I kind of explained it already, but yeah, like okay. So we have a lot of 5 drops, right? We don't really have 6 drops, 7 drops, etc., etc. I'm not running like Tyrannex Rex or anything like that. So having Gwenna count for 2 is pretty much the same thing as 1, because we have like, you know, you need 2 dorks to really get into those 3 drops to turn early. So I don't think Gwenna is the powerhouse that it is in other decks, unfortunately. So let's go. And you see what, it also kind of hurts the Bramble here, because the Bramble needs, we can't use Gwenna to go in for non-creature, and technically if we do have an abundance of that Bramble Familiar, we're gonna need to go in for a sorcery on the sorcery end of it. So Gwenna, actually, I don't know. I think I might just cut Gwenna, to be honest with you. Fairy Fencing, let's say 8 a removal spell, but like I said, I think a lot of times I'm just kind of more interested in Delighted Halfling. The Bramble Familiar kind of sucks. Man, I don't know if I want to play it. We are playing against blue, though, so if I do go in for the fetch quest sorcery side, there's a decent chance it just gets countered anyway. I guess we'll just kind of put something on the board here. Ugh. All right, let's see what we got here. Talion's Messenger. Okay, so they are tapped out, so hopefully I can kind of snag something pretty good here. I can also go for the Bramble Familiar, and what I can do is just put it back into my hand if they do decide to tap out and I don't want to swing with it. It's always an option, because now this Talion's Messenger is going to get a little too big, but let's see what you got here. Let's see if they put it on the Dream Thief to try and race us, or they're going to put it on the Messenger to kind of ward off the Bramble Familiar, and they do put it on the Messenger, which is fine. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. That's a very nice card, because we couldn't really, if we were getting flooded there, would have been a pretty bad time to get flooded. We do drop our Phyrexian Worm. Looking good. Don't have anything to do for now, but if we can survive with the Vigor, the Defiler of Vigor, we can look pretty good here. But again, we are playing against Demir, so they presumably will have some sort of like you know, kill spell here. All right, Talion's Messenger there. Oh, they're gonna swing in with both, so that tells me they most likely have a kill spell. If they're not really worried about the 6/6 Trampler on the back end, most likely they're not too worried, but we'll see. And they get rid of a Dream Thief, so they're looking pretty good. But like I said, we definitely have the tools to race here. And I think next turn, if we draw into another land, I might want to go in for Bramble Familiar and start to return it to my hand to discard a card. But we'll see, and we'll also see what they have. Dream Thief, okay. Surveil 1. It's 20 to 15, but if we still have this Defiler of Vigor, we're looking good here. Ooh, okay. What's nice about the Delighted Halfling, obviously we can prevent this from being countered. We can't prevent the Bramble Familiar fetch from being countered, but we can prevent this from being countered. Rothga, looking good. I think I am going to go, yeah. The auto tapper, I don't think wanted me to do that, but I do. Let's go in for you, and I'm not going to pay... No, yeah, there's no reason to pay the extra life here for the Defiler. Nope, let's just do this. Let's get it, and this is a legendary creature, so Rothga is going to come in and be untapped, or uncounterable, not untapped. I guess it is untapped, but you see what I'm saying. Rothga comes in. Now the next creature that we cast is going to just pretty much double its power and toughness, essentially. And now we get a little bit bigger on the board, and I think now we're looking pretty good. I'm actually going to swing in with the Bramble here. I think we can probably race them. Man, it's close. It's close. Because we could discard a card, our little forest, bring it back. But because we're going against blue, I'm just too nervous that it's going to get countered. I think we might as well just try and race. They do the chump block. Okay. They're still going to take 7 here. I mean, that's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good here. Fairy Mastermind, okay. How does a... Let's see, we're gonna deal 4, 5, or they're gonna deal 7 after the messengers +1/+1, and then next turn they could go for lethal. So 7 this turn, 8 next turn. That's lethal next turn presumably. So, but then they do tap out, so it just kind of depends what they have in their hand. This is actually really close. This is a really, really close matchup. I have no idea what's in their hand or what they're capable of. I don't think that the Fairy Dream Thieves in the graveyard that like surveil, I don't think those are that relevant right now, because if they pay 1 to draw, that's not really going to be the... Oh, they are going to swing off. Okay. Okay. So that was a negate, okay. That was what I was afraid of. They discarded a negate. That would have been the Bramble Familiar thing. But they could still have like a spell stutter thingy. Alright, so Talion's Messenger. If we draw it into like a fight spell, I think we could probably just go through for lethal. Fencing is for the familiar. Alrighty. Oh, no way! And we do. We are, again, that is what I love about the mono green versus like the legendary deck. This essentially is like the legendary Joda deck, but you have 8 points of removal. We've got the tail swipe. We're going to be able... Let's not slow roll them. I don't take a little bit of time here. I don't like when we get slow rolled, so I do have enough for lethal here, but that's what I love about this deck versus the Joda deck. We have 8 fight spells, whereas they are creatures only, and we get the dub. GG's. Your mom's house. Well, how you doing here? Hopefully we can make something go here. This is a really slow start. We are on the play, so I'm gonna probably risk it, but nothing until turn 4 can be pretty devastating. All right, now we got our big boys though. We'll be okay. Like I said, this is a risky start, but we're risky business, especially versus your mom's house. We gotta be a little risky here. So, Academy Lore Master. This card lets us draw extra cards, but then makes everything's more expensive, right? I guess I am going to take that. Yeah, let's take them up on their offer here. Get our hand nice and juicy. We got the Legolas, which comes in handy for the tail swipe, and we do have at least have something that we can play this turn. Then next turn we go for Legolas and go for the tail swipe, but we'll see what we got here. Yeah, let's not do that. We can't make our stuff more expensive at this point, so I'm actually gonna go for Rothga. We could go for Legolas, but if they're not gonna, I'm gonna save the tail swipe Legolas type of stuff here for maybe something bigger. And yeah, I think this is okay. Again, this Academy Lore Master plays super weird. I don't play against it much at all, so I don't know how this is gonna work. So all of their stuff, they do take the draw. Let's see. Impede momentum. Tap target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. Just scry 1. Okay. Like I said, this is so bizarre. All right. We get into our Silverback Elder. That looks pretty good. And they actually do not have any blue sources open here, so I'm actually just going to drop our Defiler of Vigor. Or maybe should we go for our Silverback Elder? Let's just do the... Yeah, let's just do this. Seems pretty easy here. And again, because of the Rothga, we're definitely not going to go for Legolas. We can't risk this. We're going to go for the Defiler of Vigor. 12-12. Now, obviously, most of the time they do have an answer for it, but still, if they don't, it's still pretty cool. We have a 12-12 here. I would assume with all the cards that they've been drawing, they did find some sort of answer. So they got Vraska. Okay. Vraska is probably just going to make you a treasure, so I would assume that. Okay, that's fine. We could go for Tail Swipe here, but I think I kind of want an... Yeah, I think we're okay here. This is a little weird. I wish Legolas could deal its damage to Vraska. That would be kind of nice, but it's only a creature, so that is kind of unfortunate. Dang. Go for Lego. Yeah, I just really wish we could do something else here. I'm still gonna try it. I mean, I do kind of want to lean into what we'd have going on for content's sake here. So let's go ahead and just deal the damage, and we put a +1/+1 on it. It probably is not the best thing here, but I kind of hope they want Vraska. The thing with Vraska is they can use the -2 again. Man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about what I just did there. Let's... Oh, they do. Okay, now I feel great. Now I feel phenomenal. So I didn't want to play our Silverback Elder or the Defiler of Vigor just for it to get put into a treasure token. But now we got these cards here, and now I'm feeling a lot better about it. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Doomskar Warrior can kind of do some cool stuff later. I Do we want to go for Silverback Elder or the Defiler of Vigor? I don't think it's... Probably overthinking it a little bit. I really wish we could kind of go for both here. They are running Dimir, so I presumably aren't going to go for anything like super board wipey. I think we're just going to go for the Defiler of Vigor. Yeah, that's fine. And, yeah, let's do this. I mean, I am a little... They can't have board wipes, right? Like I said, they can't have board wipes. We get a little bit bigger. The only problem with the Doomskar is... Obviously, we kind of like putting out the Doomskar Warrior so that you can give something else its ability as well. Ooh, Breach the Multiverse. Okay, ouch. They don't... Probably not going to go for a board wipe here, but Breach the Multiverse. Ugh, okay. Let's see what they snack here. The old Rothga. Oh, and this is Alchemy, of course. So the Defiler of Vigor. Oh my gosh. The Defiler keeps its power. So it's perpetually a 12-12. And this is absolutely terrible. We still have the Silverback Elder and the Delighted Halfling, but we're not going to really be able to do too much here. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. That doesn't really do anything. Gaining life, ramping up. None of this does a whole lot. I think our only chance here is to go for a Mirrex. Okay, we do find the Mirrex with the Elder, which is pretty nice. I could double swing in for Rothga. Maybe I should have. We would have taken one casualty. Man, I think maybe we should have. I feel like I don't know. I feel like we've played a little sketchy this whole game, but that breached the multiverse. What are you gonna do? This 12-12. I think we have to block. We've got 12 damage here. So we gotta... Oh, and they go for a cut down, and they're actually going to kill us with our own Phyrexian Worm with the trample through here. Let's give them a good game. GG's. Chuggle butt. How you doing here, Chuggles? How you doing here, Chuggles? I think we're looking good here. The A-Llanowar Loamspeaker has not really made an appearance so far. So they give us a hello. Oh, they heard us talking. Give you the hello. Of course we give you the friendly Tamio hello. All right, let's go for the A-Llanowar Loamspeaker. Looking pretty good. Can't really, ooh, get a little zombie wave too. I don't think I have the zombie wave. I think I might have it, but I don't have it equipped. I actually kind of should go through my emoji thingies, emotes. I don't think I use most of them, so I probably should look at them. Mind Series Twister, of course I'm not blocking. Of course, 3 toughness really does put them out of range. They don't have like a meltdown or anything like that that can kind of go for us. Like I said, I was, kind of Gwenna, the only problem with Gwenna is the Bramble Familiar dyssynergy there, but, it's looking good. As long as we got 3 toughness, we're looking pretty good here. I think we're just going to keep back the Loamspeaker just in case they drop like a squee. It could be a squee. I don't know. We'll just keep it back. I'm not going to block unless they tap out, but we've got 3 big boys in our hand, and with Gwenna, I mean, I think we'll be looking good here. So if they swing in here, yeah, I'm definitely... Ooh, they are? Okay, that's fine. I'm not blocking. Do your prowess, do your monstrous rage, do your nonsense. I am not blocking here. There's a monstrous rage. Okie dokie. So it's 5. I would assume another form of coming... These 3 toughness creatures really put them in harm's way, and they miss a land drop. Now we're looking good. Now we are looking very, very good. I think we're going to go in for you, because now we can untap the Gwenna. So I was kind of crap talking the Gwenna, but Gwenna's going to prove to be pretty good here. So now with the Defiler of Vigor, now we can actually play down another 5-drop. If we would have played down Ojer or Vorinclex first, I don't believe 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we couldn't have done this. So I am going to pay the 2 here. I think it is going to prove fruitful because the Gwenna does untap. So there we go. And man, it would be tempting to go for Bramble Familiar, but I think we're probably okay. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to swing in. Yeah, we got a 7-7 and a 6-5. And they miss a land drop here. I think we're just on the offense now. They can't do 12 damage to our face, especially with a 7-7 in their way. And, I mean, again, this green deck does get so bad. I'm so sorry I was kind of crap talking Gwenna. They give us a little heart thingy. Good game. Is that it? Is that it? Wow. The green's taking it, baby. In Guns and Zuzu, how you doing here? Got the Delighted Halfling, got into the Polukranos Reborn. Now that is a really, really fun 1-2 punch here. Delighted Halfling into the Polukranos. Very, very cool. What I like about the Polukranos as well, I mean, just getting into that lifelink is so wonderful. Oh, this is a A-Llanowar Loamspeaker. That's an alternative art. I've never seen that in my life. I have really never seen that in my life. Let's go in for Polukranos on turn 2, which feels pretty freaking amazing, but yeah, I've never seen that before. A-Llanowar Loamspeaker. So Nissa, okay. I mean, do we want to go for the tail swipe on the Nissa? I don't really love the landfall action here. Arwen. Ooh, Arwen. Okay. I think we're looking okay. What's the plan here? Do I want to tail swipe the Nissa? Or the Arwen? I guess we're definitely going to at least put down the Loamspeaker, right? I guess we'll tap you. Well, we can't do that because, yeah, it's a legendary. So, whoopsie, I gotta do that. And we'll go for Delighted Halfling. Now, do we want to go for the tail swipe? I guess not. I guess we'll hold it. It is an instant, but I don't know. I guess we'll do it on the Nissa. Yeah, I just don't know if they're going to play anything bigger than the Nissa, and then we're going to feel pretty stupid. But it feels pretty dumb, just because we do have up to that 3 that we miss out on 5 points of damage. I think that's pretty good. Then we go for Defiler of Vigor. But I'm going to feel pretty stupid if they play something crazy here. I think we're okay. Because what... Celeborn the Wise. This thing, I know it's Elf. I know it's Elf Tribal, pretty much. So, Simic Elves. What a deck. Pretty cool here. So whenever you attack with 1 or more elves, scry 1, and whenever you scry, Arwen is going to put a +1/+1. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so let's just let this go. We can take the Loamspeaker and make a Forest, a 4/4, with the Alchemy bump, so it's wonderful. And stop you. Yeah, I guess we'll just drop the Defiler. I mean, they don't really have anything else. Should we actually go for Polukranos? There's a lot of options here. I really don't know what I want to do. There's a lot of options here. We go for Silverback Elder. They say here go. I don't know. Well, yeah, snooze. Cheers to you. Yeah, I mean, we're playing a little slow. I guess I'll give them a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think we even got the rope up, but oh yeah, they're going crazy. They're going crazy with the emotes though. But okay. More snoozing. Alright, well, hey. Alright, no more snoozing. Your turn. Defiler of Vigor got a 6/6 here. I am a little nervous. I mean, they could bum rush us here. The Loamspeaker, their Loamspeaker also makes creatures here. Oh, they have their own Legolas. They have the other one. So I kind of forgot what that one even does. They bump up their board as well. This is actually looking a little scary, but the 6/6 is going to ward them off. And now we're looking good. Let's drop our Silverback Elder first. And then go in for the Ojer, but we get you snooze, you lose. TW8811, how you doing here? Got the Bushwhack. Opponent does go first though. I mean, I'm gonna have to mulligan this. Yeah, I feel pretty good. We're taking a more aggressive mulligans in 2024, especially being on the draw. I would have mulliganed that. If we were on the play, I probably would risk it, but I think we're gonna have to have an early play here. Especially not knowing what we play. We go ahead and give them a friendly mulligan. Hello, everybody needs a friend when you take a mulligan. So, that's why we're doing that. Juggernaut Peddler, okay. Actually not that bad if they don't get rid of... I mean, so we have a mana dork, and then we can actually ramp up into their Juggernaut thingy that they give us. It costs 4 and it's a 5/3, right? That's where it's... Yeah, it costs 4 and it's a 5/3. So if we go for the Bramble Familiar... We go into the Juggernaut. We can actually just use the Juggernaut to just swing in on them. I mean, that's a plan, I guess. All right, swing in with the Vigilance. I'm gonna accept that just because I want to drop the Ooh. Well, actually, this is not that bad. I guess not. I mean, I guess they get rid of a tail swipe, and then we keep the Juggernaut. I guess that's not terrible. I guess we're just gonna have to use these Juggernauts to just try and fight, because. Yeah. Alright, got a Bushwhack, so with more fight spells, we might actually have a pretty good shot here. So let's go ahead and use our Bramble Familiar, and let's go ahead. They gave us the Juggernaut. When life gives you lemons, or life gives you Juggernauts, either way, you just gotta make lemonade, or Juggernaut juice, whatever the heck you got. So the third Juggernaut Peddler comes out to play. I don't know if this is, like, terrible. I guess it's okay. I would assume they get rid of the tail swipe. Why are they with a Bushwhack? The Bushwhack doesn't give us the +1/+1 like the tail swipe does, so that's a little weird. I actually do not have to go for tail swipe right now, because if I swing in and they double block, I can use the tail swipe. It's this, yeah, it's the same difference. It's the same difference as if I use the tail swipe now or during the battle step. So if they double block here, I can use the tail swipe and then kill the other Peddler. And then I still, because it's only 2, I can take out all of them this way. I think that's the way we do it, and then we drop the other Juggernaut, and that's actually pretty okay. So by this way, we would not kill them if we just did ordinary combat. But this way, for the tail swipe, we fight the Peddler in a separate form of fighting. So let's do that. Yeah, I guess so. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. No. Let's kill you, and then now we only go down to 1. 1 is dead immediately, and now we actually do combat, and we get to kill all 3. And now we still have 2 more Juggernauts in our hand. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be worse. They are giving us Juggernauts, so, I mean, it's still 5 power. The One Ring. The One Ring, that puts, okay. Damn. I guess we're gonna have to commit to the board here. I could also discard a card for the Bramble Familiar. They are playing Orzhov, which is noteworthy. They're not playing Esper. So they're not playing Esper. They don't have counterspell, so I actually could go in for the Bramble Familiar. I guess we're gonna do this. I guess we'll do this. I have to swing in, unfortunately. Go ahead and cheers to you, because I have to swing with the Juggernaut. I guess I didn't have to swing with the Bramble, but I have to swing with the Juggernaut. So the One Ring goes ahead and draws them, and the One Ring is just such a good card, man. See if they got any forms of removal, Virtual Persistence on our lovely Juggernaut that they gave us, which kind of sucks. But at this point, man, with that land, I think with that land, we're going to have to start planning for this Bramble to kind of go in for the fetch quest. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and just hold still here. If they go for like a board wipe, we'll go for the Bramble Familiar. Shelly. Okay, I can actually tail swipe on the Shelly, and I think I'm gonna have to just tail swipe now. They make it easy. They make it easy. So the One Ring, let's go ahead and use it, because I was gonna say I was gonna use tail swipe, but they can use the One Ring in response. But let's go ahead and just do this. We're gonna trade. The Juggernaut is gonna die, but at least they don't get the life gain from this, so that's okay, I guess. And let's discard a card, return the Bramble to my hand. I know we're still a ways off from being able to cast this. We still need 2 more, so yeah, so I'm saying, it's really the only thing we can do, though. I mean, I can't sit here and just hope that this little raccoon finishes the game. It's just not strong enough, so we're going to have to hope that we get something crazier. So if we do not go into another land, we might be cooking. They are not running Esper, so we don't have counter spells. We don't really have to worry about counter spells. What I am worried about is Reprieve. Obviously, Reprieve is horrendous for us, but we don't really have a choice here. So I'm actually hoping for a land at this point. We got, I don't want to say Flood. Loamspeaker is a little underwhelming right now. Definitely would prefer a land. But, I mean, this is a mana dork, so, again, we're kind of falling into their clutches here. Oh, there's the Reprieve. Okay, well, at least I get rid of a Reprieve, and I can just go for the Loamspeaker again. Okay, I mean, you know, hey, it is what it is. I've seen weirder things. I mean, the Reprieve, a lot better on our Loamspeaker than the Bramble Familiar. Important. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous now. Down to 3 you go. One Ring. Okay, the One Ring, I mean, if they don't have another one, we could maybe... It's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards in their hand, and they go for another One Ring. Come on, we just need a land. We need a land. Alright. This is basically like the Esper list without the blue. So it's just kind of like Orzhov, One Ringy, Control-y type stuff. Those Juggernaut Peddlers, though, they kind of did the trick. I mean, they gave us Juggernauts, but we're not really being able to use too much from them. So they go to discard. We get a Vorinclex. All right, Vorinclex. I mean, it could be worse. They don't have they can't reprieve this, and we do get our Forest for our Bramble Familiar. Okay, I mean, that's definitely okay, I guess. The next best thing other than a land itself. Okay. Alright, I'm not dropping the Bramble Familiar. We gotta cast this, so... I've seen weirder things, but it's not looking great. It's not looking great, ladies and gentle mages, so... The One Ring... The Vorinclex itself... Oh, Legion Ashes, okay. I was gonna say, the Vorinclex itself can actually do the great... the great synthesis? I forgot. I don't really feel like I'm too nervous to check my graveyard here. We do get the Defiler, which is nice. I think we're just going to have to go in for fetch quest here. I think we're going to have to do it. Fingers crossed they don't have a reprieve. Come on, no reprieve. Don't you dare. The One Ring. Alright, so they are going to take a little bit of damage there. And let's see if we can get anything pretty cute here. The Doomskar Warrior is only good if we have another creature out already, which we don't. He's just going to have to do the Defiler. I guess we'll drop this, I guess. And then let's do this. Defiler. We do get a 1/1 counter on the Defiler. I think it's the only thing we do. They go down to 10, and if they have a board wipe, it's pretty much over. But, yeah, Sunfall. Dang. I think at this point, we're probably going to have to just claim. We don't even have a Mirrex up, so good game. Monkey, how you doing here? Monkey. All right, we got a Loamspeaker. This Loamspeaker has been a little underwhelming, especially because I kind of want to feature it a little bit more, just because it is the Alchemy buffed version, but it hasn't really made noise this video so far. So, I'm a big fan of March Towards Perfection. Very, very good. For Mono Black Phyrexians is actually like really good in Alchemy. So, I guess we'll go in for the Loamspeaker here. Sure. The 3 toughness can be a little off-putting for Mono Red, but for Mono Black, they still have the same kind of... Ooh, there's Red. So if they... Okay, there we go. Pilfer. Okay. They're probably... I would assume they take away... I mean, we're going to need a land either way. Let's see what they take care of. They're probably looking at these cards like no one runs Doomskar Warrior in Alchemy or Standard. No one's running Doomskar Warrior. Rothga is not a very prevalent card either, so they're probably reading my hand on it. Honestly, they're probably just like, what are these cards? Silverback Elder is not a little more played, a little. They go ahead and get rid of the Rothga. Thank goodness we do draw into a land, and man, I don't really want to go in for the Doomskar Warrior just because. The Doomskar Warrior plays so much better when you have something else to play with it. So I think what we're going to do is we actually have... Man, it's close. We could go for the Loamspeaker to do 4 damage. Let's just going to put it on you so that we can't get lightning struck. The 4 toughness is kind of a big deal versus red. Just in case, you know, they have a lightning strike or something like that. Ooh, Drowning Igor. Ooh, that sucks. That we don't get around that. We get around a lightning strike, but we don't get around that. So let's go in for our Silverback Elder. And now that's 7. Now that is 7 toughness. Now this is Drowning Ichor and Lightning Strike proof, unless you have them together, of course. But 7 toughness. That should be good enough. Alright, this thing, I forgot this thing does. Creates a 2/1 and then it just sacrifices, right? Okay. I think we can handle that. They don't even swing in. They don't even like do the bluff, so that's nice. That's how you know. That's how you know you're looking good. If they don't even like bluff it. Let's just go for the Bramble. Because we do have the Silverback Elder, I think we are going to do this, and I think we'll just go ahead and ramp up, sure. The Silverback Elder, I think, is a cut candidate. I think you might be a little better off with maybe another Vorinclex, honestly. The Silverback Elder is a little awkward sometimes, but I think it's okay. Maybe... Oh, my headphones fell out here. It's a little bit weird in certain decks. The life gain is pretty good versus burn. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't gotten the right matchups here. Of course, it's only been like, you know, like 7-ish or 6 or 7 games, so. Silverback Elder gets the job done, so I guess I can't talk too much crap. Go Silverback Elder.